G'day and welcome to GenXY or Generation XY. I'm Danny Crouch from Generation X.
I'm Malcolm Paynter from Generation Y.
Welcome. I think we're up to episode 4.
4, yeah.
Probably, it's definitely the last one before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe the last one for the year. We might get one in just before New Year's Eve.
We've got a very busy period.
Yeah.
You're getting married.
Yeah, thanks for letting that one out of the bag.
Yeah, date's set.
Yeah, I wasn't sharing that with anyone, but thank you.
Oh, we can start again.
No, it's all right. I'm only kidding. I'm kidding.
I was going to say.
So as we do, we're a couple of blokes talking about all things manly and men's stuff, men's health, sports, anything that interests us. Came about, we spent a lot of time talking and we thought, why not record it and see if anyone finds it interesting. And
If you want to listen, you can listen.
yeah,
Simple.
be accountable for a few things. So we blend in with a few topics. We have a few segments that we like to talk about. We implement strengths-based psychology, positive psychology. So there's a little bit of knowledge there and fact behind it. So it's not all just rubbish.
Subjective nonsense.
Yeah, indeed. And if this is your first time listening, or if you've listened to a few, please subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
YouTube.
Sounds so weird coming from.
Share, subscribe. And as we said before, after the new year, we're going to upload it to a podcast. Layout, but we'll give you some more info on that a bit later. So we included a new segment last week. So we start with the Mad Maximiser. That's me. I'm Maximiser, my number one strength.
We start with the topic talk.
Oh, yeah. So we'll have a main topic for about 15 minutes and then we'll break into a few segments. So Mad Maximiser will be after the main topic. That changes every week, but Maximiser is me talking about areas I think that can improve. Then we've got your segment.
Mal knows boats.
Yeah.
A little positive, interesting fact or a little anecdote story that I found during the week that I wanted to share.
Indeed. And then finally, the one we added last week is Crypto Corner. So we're just going to start talking about crypto because we don't know much about it.
Absolutely nothing.
We're learning. But first off, being not even 2 weeks now from Christmas, we just thought we'd throw that topic around. And I guess something that's scaring a few people at the moment is this whole COVID stuff. And we're up in Queensland and the borders just opened a few days ago.
Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a hellish sort of news that the first 2 planes that came into Queensland, there was someone with COVID on it, and the government...
They've got to expect it though, mate, and they've always said, I mean, we've got to learn to live with the virus. There's no point everyone getting double vaccinated, everyone doing what they're told if they're just going to lock us down again. I mean, what's the point of getting vaccinated in the first place?
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
But they were planning on quarantining both flights. So
over Christmas Day as well, I saw that.
So that was going to be quite...
They actually only just changed that yesterday, which would have been horrible.
I thought it was today, but anyway.
Yeah, it would have been horrible.
But still, there's a few people in those rows or whatever it was that have still got a quarantine, but I'd be absolutely filthy.
Well, what they were saying is that so if this was a row where the COVID positive person was, it's usually the front and back row. Yeah. But for some reason, the Queensland Health decided to do the whole plane, and it was only reversed either yesterday or today, as you said, which would just, can you imagine the people being in their shoes? It would be absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas, as much as it is meant to be a joyful and wonderful time, it's probably the highest time for suicide rates.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Or Christmas
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, it does make sense, the holiday and festive periods, because it makes a lot of people realise that they maybe can't see loved ones or anything like that. It's a lot more forefront of the mind.
So the COVID stuff adds to it. But I guess why I wanted to choose this subject is around leading up to Christmas. So for me, I don't know about yourself in your working career, as long as it's been, but what have I been out of school 30 odd years now, and I'd say at least 25 of them had been self-employed, which means pretty much I work by myself. So lacked Christmas parties. I've joined into a couple here and there, but I don't get invited to those sort of things, except for your one last year, just as a friend. But I guess, how do you see Christmas and Christmas parties and work functions and stuff like that?
Well, if we're going to be work functions, how do I see... I'll answer that in 2 ways. How do I see Christmas, work-wise, and how do I see Christmas, how do I enjoy Christmas? I mean, work by it's just an excuse to get on the piss, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more of an end-of-year sort of... We've had a good year, one final blowout, and enjoy a couple of weeks off. You know what I mean? It just basically leads into Christmas, and that's all about family for me. It always has been and always will be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Last year, I'm 24 now, and last year was the first year that I couldn't spend Christmas with family. Okay. And I didn't spend Christmas with family. Yeah. Yeah, because of the COVID and whatnot.
Yeah, I suppose I run my Airbnb business, so that means I've pretty much got to be in town all the time, and I'm quite often cleaning on Christmas Day because that's when people sometimes check out and check in.
On Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I would never even... And your partner as well, being Hungarian, they're big Christmas celebrations on Christmas Eve,
Fiancé
isn't it?
now, mate.
Oh, fiancé, yeah, sorry. Well, they celebrate on Christmas Eve. It's a Hungarian tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, for me, I make no plans on Christmas Day because it's all about being around family.
Yeah.
It's always been about having a family feast around 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you say you're going to have a few beers, but of course you're too full from the feast, so you end up passing out on the couch.
Yeah.
Leading into Boxing Day and the test starts.
Actually, it just came to me quite a few years back now when I was doing business coaching for a company. So I was an employee, but actually I worked pretty much by myself. It was very autonomous. But the woman who ran the company, it was a national company. The woman who ran the company, elderly sort of lady, off a rocker, didn't drink. So she forced everyone to come to a Christmas breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. So
on Christmas, what?
On a work day, she was nice enough to give the people within driving distance the morning off, but they had to go back to work at sort of 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. But it was forced, and it was just so painful.
What if you didn't turn up?
Well, it was frowned upon. Seriously frowned upon. Actually,
she can't discipline you for not turning up to a Christmas lunch at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And it was like an American sort of hoopla, everyone up and dancing and crap like this. It was just painful. But the office that I had a base at, there were women that worked in the front office sort of thing, looking after different clients and stuff like that. And there was about 6 or 7 of them. And they used to argue over who had to stay back and look after the office because everyone wanted to stay back.
You've got to have someone on the desk, yeah, for sure.
But
seriously frowned upon. That's not a really good way to build a team environment. Yeah. Right? That's shocking.
Yeah,
that is shocking.
It was harsh. It was a toxic environment.
You just take a little flask and make your coffee Irish, just to get through the morning.
Yeah. Well, we used to go up for a coach's sort of conference for the 2 days before, and so we'd be out the night before having a few
on the sauce,
with the other coaches from around the country.
So you're hungover as well. Oh wow.
Yeah. Got to be able to handle it these days. I guess so. And
there are, we talked about it before, there are a lot of people out there, especially a lot of men who might have, been unfortunate circumstances that can't see their family, can't see their kids at home. Whether it be from COVID or whether it be because it's not their weekend to have the children or whatnot. So, how can they cope?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's really, I really feel sorry for men like that. You know what I mean? Because it's through no fault of their own. They haven't done anything wrong. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But as you said, suicide rate goes up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So there are people out there.
Yeah. Okay. So when we talk Christmas, question for you: is it more important for the giver to enjoy Christmas or the receiver to enjoy Christmas?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm glad you said that. I was actually speaking to my mother about this the other day. I'm not really big on gifts because it stresses me out trying to buy someone something. Do you know what I mean? Because I people hate it. I walk up to them and ask them what do they want, so I know that, and I know that it takes all the fun and celebration out of giving gifts. But I would rather do that because I wouldn't want to give someone something and then have them not like it. You know what I mean? It's just pointless to me. So it works both ways. I'd rather not give gifts, or I'd rather not receive gifts. I'd just rather have a good day with the family, have a lunch. That means more to me than getting a gift I might not really want, or someone else might not really want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's those relationship building strengths because you're so heavy in them.
Yeah.
But, there is one.
But I mean, you'd think Woo would take over, and one of my strengths is Woo.
Yeah, I guess the fear is Woo's winning others over. If you buy the wrong thing, then you're not winning them over. So it's sort of an anti effect.
Yeah, it really does, but it does stresses me out, man. And then it's not an enjoyable time for me. Whereas I think there are a lot of people out there that actually really thrive on. All right, let's go gift shopping. I've got a few good ideas.
Well, there's a strength individualisation where you really have to take focus on that one individual. So if that's in your top 10 or even lower, you might be focusing on that, and that's draining your energy. Worrying too much about what the other person wants. But yeah, I'm quite similar. I'm not a big fan of sort of gift giving. I've had some sort of poor examples in the past where myself and other family members have put some serious thought into buying presents and gifts, and then the receiver kicks off and isn't happy with it.
You've told me a few stories later.
It doesn't sit well with me. It's like we've consciously made an effort to get something which we think is worthwhile, and then get rubbished about it. And one in particular, I bought something and then told that it was ridiculous and why would she ever want it, and then 2 years later she's spending all this money on new ones and all these other different things. So.
Exactly, mate, but it's a two-way street, and I'm aware of that. So if I've actually made a conscious effort to go out and say, look, mate, don't buy me anything, you know what I mean? But it's a two-way street, and I'm happy with not receiving anything as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not about that. It's about making sure that you're with family. I mean, I'm seeing a couple of my family members that I haven't seen in about 2 years. Oh, actually, no, I haven't seen one of them in about 2 years. The other couple I haven't seen in about 3 or 4. And I haven't seen my grandmother in about 6 to 7 months as well. So that's really more what I'm looking forward to. You know, I mean, we're spending time with family. Yeah.
And putting on some weight.
Yeah, putting on some weight. Grandma's going to try and beef me up on it.
The stick man. All right. No, unless you've got something else to add.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what's Christmas into you? Because you're not really big on it, are you?
No. It is. It's...
If you don't mind me saying, sorry, and we can always cut this out if you don't want to do that, but you're not overly close with your family.
No, distance has a fair bit to do with that.
Yeah, distance. Okay, so do you think not being overly close with your family is the reason why you're not big on Christmas, or to...
Yeah, see, for me it was all about friends, not family.
Yeah.
Someone said to me when I was quite young, you can't choose your family, you can choose your friends. And that's always stuck with me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you need to be forced to be around people if
you don't want to.
If you don't get along. It's not that we don't get along, we're just not interested in the same things, if you know what I mean. So doing something just for the sake of doing it because you're in the same family, I still keep in touch with Mum. She's coming up just after Christmas and stuff like that. But yeah, each to their own.
So obviously you stay up here on your own over the Christmas period because you've got to work and look after your business and whatnot. Do you wish you could do something Christmas Day? You know what I mean? Do you really miss it? No,
not at all.
Just another day for you, is it?
The biggest frustration for me is everything's closed on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you got to get ready the day before, or 2 days before, whatever.
Because Nick used to do Christmas Eve in Sydney, we'd go over and do the Hungarian thing Christmas Eve, and because my mum's sort of mid-north coast, we wouldn't go up there till after Christmas. So it just meant Nick and I, and I'm talking 2006, 2007, everything in Sydney was open. So we'd go to the Manning Leagues Club and have lunch and have a few beers.
Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we'd probably sit there all afternoon and just enjoy each other's company.
Is that just New South Wales, or has it changed recently?
Yeah.
So
No,
everything's still open in New South Wales? Wow.
I don't know about the country areas and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure when I stayed at Mum's in... Where is it? Past Newcastle.
Taree.
No, it's... they've moved now, but it was... I can't remember. Anyway, it's in between Newcastle and Taree, and I'm pretty sure the bowling club, we went there for lunch and had a couple of drinks and stuff. So I think it's just a Queensland law. Same with the...
You'd hate to get that shift if you were working in Osway, wouldn't you? I would absolutely hate it.
Oh, it's like double time and a half or something.
Yeah, it really depends on how you were raised, mate. I mean, Christmas has always been about family for me. So there's no, even if I'm getting double time and a half or whatever it is, I'd rather be, hanging out with family members.
Yeah, true. But I guess also because I've been self-employed, taking that time off, I don't get paid. So to me, it's more of a downtime than an uptime.
It just reminds me of something you said to me last year. When you're drinking at the RSL, you're at your self-employed Christmas party.
Oh, yeah.
You drew yourself a Secret Santa, so well done. Yeah. Chinese whispers.
I was quite surprised with what I bought myself.
Beer, and more beer.
Cool.
No doubt.
All right, so, short and sharp. Wasn't too deep, that topic. But,
it's just Christmas, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is just Christmas. Look forward to Boxing Day and the sales and people getting mauled in the...
Mate, I'm looking forward to... Oh, and that's another thing about this period as well for me is cricket.
Yeah.
Mate, Test cricket is a big part of my Christmas period.
Yeah. Well, we're doing this on a Wednesday because you go away tomorrow. And,
I'm getting ready to go tomorrow. I thought I was just going to sit down, put my feet up and watch the cricket. It doesn't start till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say to you out there, but you're on the phone. Anyway. All right, end of that segment. Let's move into the Mad Maximiser. All right, so again, Maximiser, it's about looking for ways to do things better. Sometimes I've got a solution, sometimes I don't. So it can sound like a bit of a gripe or being overcritical or complaining or something. And I don't know what the answer to this is, but I don't know if it's national or just Queensland, but they brought in a rule for landlords have to have back-to-base fire alarms.
Oh, so your fire alarm has to be connected to the fire station.
So we're renting this place out, so we're going to have to put them in here and put them in Buds. But I want to know why. How many people have died in fires in rental properties in the last 10 years? Why all of a sudden is there this big demand for these fire alarms?
What do they do at the moment?
That's just normal.
Oh, so it just alerts you to the fire, and then you've got to call the actual fire station.
Yeah.
Right. So now what they're saying is every time that goes off, it's actually going to alert the fire station that there's a fire at this place in the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And does that mean the fire station's dispatched? Or
I don't know.
Because if it means that they're dispatched, that's absolutely ridiculous. Because how many times has yours gone off and mine gone off, and you might burn some toast or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then who pays for it? Does the landlord pay for it, or does the tenant pay for it?
Well, in New South Wales, I know because you have to pay for ambulances when they come and pick you up in Australia, don't you?
Yeah.
But it's in New South Wales, it's actually covered with your
health insurance.
No, not health insurance. It's your utility bill, I think.
Right.
No, it's either in New South Wales or Queensland. I know in one of the states you don't actually pay for it because it's covered in your utility bill, so it might be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's just stupid that the fire brigade have to be dispatched.
Yeah.
If that's the case, every time it goes off.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough, but I believe this information should be provided. All I'm hearing is you must have this done by January 2022. I'm saying why? What has changed over the last 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, last 12 months to enforce this? Well, is it just another government scheme kickback that they can get some more money out of?
It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously they're trying to improve the safety. If the safety doesn't need to be improved, but it's not about that, is it? It's easy for people to turn around and say, well, you obviously don't care about people's safety because you don't want to put these fire alarms in. But why?
Yeah.
How many people have actually died in the last 10 years? And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I'm not saying...
And maybe there have been an increase. Yeah. We don't know.
And I'm fine with that, but explain it to us.
Have they not provided you any... What, they just send you an email?
No, it's on the news, on the radio, all this sort of stuff saying, remember, you've got to get your fire alarms done by January 2022.
You looked into it?
Not yet. Well,
my answers might all be online, mate.
But why are you advertising about it and not telling us? Current Affair, all these programs, the news, all this sort of stuff, they tell you, but they don't tell you why. Surely the scare tactics of the news stations should be reporting on this stuff if the numbers have gone up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, this segment's just something to
and once again
discuss.
What was the word you used? Bigger, better, and Maximiser.
Bigger, better, stronger.
Bigger, better,
faster,
stronger. Yeah, faster.
Brighter.
It's all about improving things as opposed to complaining about things.
And I'm in a couple of Facebook groups with Airbnb hosts and stuff like that. I haven't heard too much about it, but people just go, "Oh yeah, it's another expense." But we're business owners too. We can't just keep forking out this money without asking for it. We pay more on rates as well. Oh yeah, but still, it's eating into your profit. And then we've put COVID on top of that, where we've had properties empty for months on end, and councils still put their hand out saying pay us extra rates. Like we pay 50% higher on rates and stuff like that.
I actually ran into one of your mates last night at the RSL, big tall fella who looks after all the properties.
Oh yeah.
He's getting real busy. He reckons.
Yeah.
Over the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to be run flat.
Yeah, next week it will. Yeah, he's doing real well.
So, mate, Maximiser, done and dusted.
Yeah, so explain why you do things is the
please.
result for that, especially when it comes to the game.
And once again, you've got nothing against it if you know why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't tell someone what to do without providing them a bit of information.
Yeah, indeed. Cool. Done. Dusted.
Right. Don't back chat me. Meow nose boats.
Indeed. What have we got to say today?
Well, I was just doing a little bit of Googling just before. I actually knew this. I thought I'd share it with everyone. I found it quite interesting that Coca-Cola, the company, is actually responsible for Santa Claus.
Yeah, I heard something like that. The red and white.
Yeah. So as we know him right now, obviously it's Santa Claus and St. Nicholas has been going back since about 4 AD from a Turkish minister or something along those lines.
Yeah, been to his tomb.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow. It said online he was noted for being very giving to children, which Santa
right.
that didn't read too well at all. But it was basically in the early 1900s and the late 1800s. The early 1900s, around 1930. Coca-Cola employed an advertiser or a marketer. They sat down, they redesigned Santa, made him what it is, said we come down his chimneys, raids people's fridges and whatnot as well, and did it all whilst enjoying a can of Coke. So these ads ran on TV, these ads ran everywhere, and that's basically how we know Santa as it is
Is that
now.
back in the days when he was laced in cocaine?
Yes, I'd
so
say
you can imagine some jolly fat bloke running around someone's house laced up with cocaine.
Everyone wonders how he gets around the world in 12 hours or whatever. That's why they stopped advertising him, because they took cocaine out of his products.
Yeah, he got fat and lazy.
But honestly, it was like a massive fanfare to the extent that one year they didn't show the advert with a wedding ring on his finger, people started calling Coca-Cola and said, "What happened to Mrs. Claus?"
Right.
It was like a sitcom. It was like a soap opera. They got that engrossed with it because obviously Coca-Cola was one of the biggest drinks in the world back then. So I found that quite interesting.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Seriously cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Santa's a drugger. No, went to the tomb. No,
Did you really?
Interesting point about Turkey. You know why you don't find too many professional golfers from Turkey?
Because their courses are horrible, aren't they?
No, they're quite nice actually.
Right. No, I know why. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're apparently in sort of the Turkish ways, there's an affiliation with the hole and putting things in a hole, and there's a sort of a homosexual innuendo towards it. So that's honest.
Is it illegal to be a homosexual too?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Must be frowned upon.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know.
So that's why there's no golfers come from Turkey.
Well, there aren't many famous ones, but down on the Mediterranean Peninsula, there's some beautiful golf courses.
Yeah, there would be.
Accommodation's so cheap, but still, it was. I think we paid like $100 US for 18 holes. Back then,
is that right?
20 odd years ago. No, that's like 200 Australian back then.
Oh wow, for 18 holes.
Yeah, very expensive. Very expensive. All right.
Now the new segment, Danny.
Yep.
You've named it
into Crypto Corner.
Yeah.
So
I prefer Crypto Cupboard.
Crypto Cupboard.
Because we're a bunch of... We know absolutely nothing.
I'm surprised you don't call it Crypto Closet, because you like coming out of the closet.
Oh, yeah, well done.
No, we're back in the corner, I think. We're just coming out of the corner.
Back in the corner, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, last week we introduced it. I've been sort of listening to podcasts every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm starting to get up on a bit of the lingo. But we are basically starting from scratch. As we sort of mentioned last week, we see on TikTok and other places, these people come out and go, "Oh, I'm brand new, I've quit my job, going to get going," and then the next day they send up another one and they're talking all this jargon, and it's like, you cannot learn that much in 24 hours.
You can't keep up with them, you know.
Yeah.
They say, "Come with me on this journey, we're going to do it together," and then they come out and that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we're not 100% sure. We haven't ironclad a plan yet on how we're going to do it, so a trading plan. But the way we look at it, having a bad plan is better than having no plan at all. So we're going to sort of do something up, but we found...
Whether it works or not, we'll let you know.
Yeah. So what we've worked out so far is you need a wallet.
Yeah.
With the amount of money we're starting off with, we probably don't need it yet. There's still enough security, but you need an exchange. So there's hundreds of exchanges possibly. But we did a little bit of homework. We found one. We've gone with Binance. Reasons being...
Yeah, do
you remember the reasons?
Yeah, fees.
Fees.
Yeah, so 0.001% fees or something, but we've just bought Ethereum now, didn't we? And
0.1.
0.1.
But what we did there, you fan of YouTube, jumped onto YouTube, so I was there more reading and he was watching videos, so there's different ways you can learn about this stuff, but we've been putting this off for weeks and weeks, and I think that's one of the big things that we want to mention mindset wise.
Just jump in.
Just jump in.
Obviously,
and we're not giving financial advice. No expertise. It's just
find an exchange and do it.
Yeah.
It's so, and that's what I think I said this last week. It's so easy just to get caught up in all the information and be so aware of what you don't know that it scares you off. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of looking at it. We're just going to put a little bit in each week, and let's say an 8-week period, we might come up with nothing. We find that highly unlikely, but it might drop. But rather than going and spending $500 or $1,000 doing a course or something, we're thinking, well, our course is going to be actually just testing the water.
100%, yeah.
So you found a video that explained all these fee rates and all this sort of stuff. We're still not 100% sure, but...
we just bought, 25... Well, just bought a bit of Ethereum then.
Yeah.
And the fees were... What did you say we paid?
Well, we're not sure. We've got to look into it.
Yeah.
We took Binance on because we believe it was 0.1% in and 0.1% out. Yeah. So you buy a percentage of a coin and you've got to pay 0.1% of it to buy it, and then if you want to sell it, you've got to pay 0.1 to sell it.
I've just had a thought. That was an American video. We're in Australia.
Yeah.
So obviously they've got higher fees over here.
Possibly.
How do we not think of that?
It came up saying 51 cents in fees. Now, I'm not sure if that's the fee that I paid from the debit card fee, or if it's the fee for... But this is what we're here to learn. We literally pressed the button for buy 10 seconds before we started recording. So it doesn't look great with the figures that came up.
Okay, yeah, it's
we started,
not.
I think the minimum was $25. So we started with the minimum just to see what happens. So we can get on here and say we've actually done it. We are We have jumped in the water. We've still got not really much of a clue what we're doing.
Absolutely none. I wouldn't say absolutely none. We have taken steps.
Yeah. But someone may be listening to this and may know and might be able to give us some information.
Yeah, please.
What is it? It's around the 14th or 15th of December.
15th,
2021. So obviously if it's June 2022, I think we might have figured it out by then.
bloody well hope so. Otherwise we just stop.
Yeah. But it's sort of
stick to the ponies.
$25 we spent, and when it all went through, at the end it said $16.96. So I don't know if that means we've just paid $7.04 or $8.04 in fees, or if we're looking at the wrong amount or something.
And just so you guys know, I mean, obviously $25 isn't a lot of money in cryptocurrencies, but that's not the point at the moment. We just want to get into the ecosphere, buy some coins, maybe take it out, just understand how the wallet works, understand how the exchange works. So it's just all about that at the moment, you know what I mean?
Well, that was one of our biggest questions to start with, was can you just spend $5? Do you have to spend like a minimum of 100 or 500?
And that's when the fees came in. There's not really any point buying $5 if you're going to be losing $3.50 or even more in fees, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But we got the impression it was 0.1%, so on $1, that'd be
10 cents.
10 cents, 1 cent
No,
is 1%, so 0.1 is 1/10 of a cent. So we thought that's next to nothing, go for it. But then now it looks like we've lost $8 out of 25.
No, hang on, if 1.0 is $1, wouldn't 0.1% be 10 cents?
No, $1 is 100%, so 100 cents.
Got you.
So 10% is 10 cents, 1 cent is 1%, so 0.1% is 1/10 of a cent. Yeah. Maths, simple. If you learn maths, start playing darts. It's not good with decimals, but it's good with adding up.
Darts is the worst game. It's just spray and pray, mate. There's no skill.
There's plenty of skill.
I know, I'm joking. I'm just a spray and prayer.
You got to be able to learn how to drink in one hand and throw darts with the other.
Exactly, 100%. Don't put that online.
All right, so there you go. So, that's our journey. We're going to be learning about crypto. And, if you know more than us, please get in touch.
Please get in touch.
If you've got any questions about it, get in touch.
We beg of you.
Yeah, if you want to learn a bit more about strengths, get in touch. How, we may ask? Yeah, if you're Generation X and my sort of age bracket, we've got emails. So we've got GenXY at chooseyourchapter.com.au, and you'll probably say, what's Choose Your Chapter? That's my business website. And it's also the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, or just turn it on full ball and let your neighbours listen to it.
For anyone a little bit older than Generation X, we
older?
we don't really have a PO box yet, so you might have to jump on the computer and learn how to send an email rather than a postcard. Yeah. It's not hard, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Just stick it in the disk drive.
Just scratch it up. We don't have a fax either.
I'm surprised you know what that is.
Now, for the younger guys...
Talk about generation gaps. I'm going back, 12 months ago. I was telling this bloke about $1 and $2 notes. He thought I was joking. He thought I was pulling his leg that Australia never had $1 and $2 notes.
Didn't believe it. What, they got rid of them in the 90s, did they?
Yeah, it could have been. It's a while back.
So did they have coins as well, or was it just notes?
Both. They transitioned. In the 80s and stuff, there was no $1 coin.
So there was no...
Just went to 50 cents.
50 cents, right.
Yeah. And then... they phased in the dollar coins and when they were phasing out the dollar notes. Yeah. And then they phased in the $2 coin and phased out the $2 notes.
Trivia for you, when they first brought out the 50 cent piece, when they went to cents and dollars, they actually started making the 50 cent piece out of majority silver. And I don't think it was hexagonal either. I think it was a circle, like a 20 cent piece. People started melting them down. Because they were worth more than 50 cents in silver, so they had to change them to the hexagonal shape.
Makes sense. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So how's your generation going to get in touch?
Now, TikTok and Instagram, so I'm going to, when I get back from my holiday, I'm going to sit down with Dan. We're going to edit a few of these videos to put up on there, just so you can keep in touch with us then.
I've been doing that, but...
Generation, so Gen_XY_ for Instagram, and it's the same for TikTok, Gen_XY_.
Yeah. And if you're not familiar with TikTok and your Generation X, stay away from it.
Don't worry
you get addicted.
You do get addicted.
Very easy to get addicted.
For sure.
Yeah. And a lot of it's rubbish.
I think it's too late, man. I think the boat has sailed. I think most people are using TikTok these days.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people stay away from it, but
it's hard to do once you've done it.
All good. Yeah. Well, Mal's away next week and the week after, so that's us for Christmas. Have a great festive season and don't get too sunburned if you're in the southern hemisphere.
Don't get too drunk either.
Oh, why not?
All right. Cut loose.
Enjoy your Christmas. Have a great year and bye for now.
Cheers.
Yeah.